Hello everyone and welcome. We're about to go do a solo overnighter. I'm quite a ways down this gravel road, and when I first pulled in, it started to rain, and it was raining hard. I was worried that it wouldn't stop. So the first dead standing that I saw that I could get easy access to, I jumped out of the car, cut it up real quick, and threw it in here so that I'd have at least a little bit of dry wood to get the fire started. The rain has stopped for now, so I'm going to grab my pack and get down to where I'm going to be camping. And I want to set up the tarps so that if it does start to rain again, I'm covered. I got a place to hide. So let's get down there and see how things go. Luckily, there's a lot of nice broken branches here on this tree that are perfect for hanging the pack, so I don't need to tie anything on or anything. So that's great. It seems like it's breaking up a little bit. The sun's trying to fight its way through, which should give me plenty of time to set up the tarps, because I know they're calling for more rain later this evening, and then it stops overnight and it starts again tomorrow late morning sometime. So I'm going to set up tarps. I've brought the hammock. I'm going to set up the hammock, and then I'm going to set up a tarp here near the fire so that if it starts to rain early, I can still have a little fire, still cook my dinner. I was going to set up the tarp first, then set up the hammock, because it looked like it was going to rain, but now it's nice and clear. It's still gray, but it's not raining, and it's brightened up a little bit. So I think I just may have time to hang the tarp, or hang the hammock, and then put up the tarp. Cinch hole, pull the whole strap through, and then I've got a nice long daisy chain to be able to adjust the height of the hammock. And I will set the one on the other end. So again, unroll my strap. At one end, there's a simple loop. The other end is a whole string of loops as a daisy chain. Wrap around the tree. Run the strap through. And of course, these branches aren't making my life easy, but that's okay. Whoever said camping was easy? Now, when I pull the hammock just a little bit out of the stuff sack, it's got a carabiner on it. For now, I choose a random link on the daisy chain and hook it up. I pull down to the other end and I hook it over there. So now that I've got it hooked up, I keep a small piece of twine tied at either end of the hammock a few inches away from the hammock itself. That way, if it does rain, the rain will come on to the strap and follow it down. And if it doesn't follow the strap down, whatever comes past this carabiner will hit this string and go down to the ground, keeping the hammock itself dry. Now this hammock has the attached bug net. So I've taken the strings I've pulled them out. One end has a loop and the other one has a carabiner that I can lock the string. So I bring it around the tree, clip the string in, make sure it's locked. Now I go do the same at the other end. So now that both ends are hooked up, all I have to do is pull on this string and it raises up the bug net and it'll keep it up off my face. So first things first, we go around the tree like so. You take one of our toggles and just insert it in the loop. And pull it tight. We want to loosen it. We can just pull on the toggle. I want to raise this up just a little bit higher. Nice and tight. So now I've pulled the line all the way down. I've come around the tree. I've taken my carabiner, fed it through the lock mechanism. Now I'm going to move my prusik about an arm's length away. Adjust the carabiner. So that I can hook onto that prusik. And now, as I tighten up the line, I can make that ridgeline sing a song if I want to. Now I slide one prusik and a toggle at this end, and I leave a prusik and a toggle at the other end. So now I take my prusik and I feed it through the eye of the tarp And then I just wrap it over the bottom of the toggle and over the top of the toggle. And now, as I tighten up that prusik, it tightens up the whole tarp. Now I take my stakes. Now, once I know my stake is fairly firm into the ground, I can wrap my line around that stake. Then I go over, around and through, around and through, inside the loop. Then I go around on the outside of the loop, put a bite through there, and cinch it tight. And now I can just slide that up and add tension to the tarp whenever I need to. Make the same knot over on this side. I could have even tied it to the tree back there if I wanted. Matter of fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. There's a tree right here. So I can just go around that tree, tie the same knot. So now that we've got one side tied off, I'm going to tie off the other side and just get this done. Now these little extra corners, I put another elastic string shock cord on it with a small carabiner. I can drag this and clip it to the other side, and it'll pull these doors closed to block any air from going in if it's really cold. It's not supposed to be cold tonight. We may get some rain. I can always clip this, either open up both sides and clip them together so that they stay tight on the outside, or I can run them inside and clip them together so that they stay open. And if it starts to get too cold, or if the rain is coming in a bit too much, I can unclip them from inside, staying dry, and clip them this way to close the door. I don't think I'm going to need the door closed tonight. I closed the other end, and I think that's going to be enough. There we go. I knew this was going to be close. So I've got the tarp staked out at the back and tied here. And when I went to tie this corner, the tree is just a bit too far. So I'm going to have to add a little length to this side so that I can tie it over there. Now, I actually have a guy line adjuster on this tarp because it's normally only tied in diamond formation when I'm using my hammock when the weather is good. Now that I've set up the other tarp as my main hammock tarp. I've left the guy line on here, but sometimes it's just a bit short. So I'm just taking a hunk of paracord. It's got a loop on the end. So what I'm doing is I'm moving the adjuster up. Now I'm going to run the loop through like so, and then feed the line through the loop. That now extends this line. And I can come and wrap around this tree and tie it off high enough that when I'm walking this way to go to my hammock, I won't be tripping on this line. I won't be hanging myself. And now, because I've got the adjuster on here, I should be able to pull on that adjuster and tighten up that tarp anytime I want. Now that I've got all the wood cut up, I'm going to take out my hatchet. Start splitting this down. The nice part about this spot is if I look through the trees, I can actually see my car. So if it starts to rain too crazy or if it's too nasty of a storm, I can go jump in the car and I'm safe there, but I think I'll be fine. It's not supposed to get that crazy. But the good thing of having the car so close is I was able to bring the cooler, and when I crawl into bed tonight, I can take everything, cooler and all, lock it up in the car. Don't have to worry about attracting bears, don't have to worry about any of that. Now let's see about getting this fire lit. Seeing as it hasn't rained since I got here, I went around and I collected some old man's beard. It's been hanging in the trees. It seems pretty dry. And I have a bundle of twigs. So I'm gonna open this up and put the old man's beard in there. And we're gonna attempt flint and steel. Now, if this doesn't work, I also gathered a whole bunch of birch bark. I'm not worried if the old man's beard is too damp. I could always use a bit of birch bark in there. It'll be fine. So, get some tarred cloth. Tear it up a little bit just to make some nice fine edges to catch the spark. Well, that didn't take too long. While we wait for that fire to burn down and make some coals so that we can start making dinner, my headlamp, and I'm just going to wrap it through this extra prusik knot, and then when I need it tonight, I've got a hanging light that I can slide anywhere I need to. Fire's burning good. Most of the work is done. I got enough wood there for what I need for the night. And if not, there's plenty of pieces of dead standing laying around that I'll be okay. So now, a Hop City barking squirrel. I'm going to enjoy this while I'm waiting for that to burn down. And then we're going to start making supper. Now, I assumed I was going to be stuck in the rain most of the day, stuck under the tarp. So I wanted dinner to be somewhat easy. Nope, works better if I take the lid off. Might as well close this up and get it out of my hands. Give me some room to work. So we're going to get that water to boil. I brought out Ready Wise lasagna. Now, that's not going to be enough for me. So I also brought out some sausages. Cheddar-filled smokies. I was coming out today planning on training in the rain, hiding under the tarp most of the time, doing what I can. It rained as I was driving in. As soon as I pulled up here, the rain stopped. Hasn't rained since. So I fully expect it to come down at some point. Well, I'm glad the camera wasn't on when I did that. The water came to a boil. I added it to the pouch. And once I do that, I manipulate the bag. Instead of stirring it, I just seal the bag and manipulate it and move everything around. Well, I was sitting in the chair when I did it, and the bag burst open. Boiling hot water all down the leg of my pants. The bottom half of the leg is soaked, and there's a section here above my knee that's soaked. So I just tied a string up here to hang the pants above the fire, I'm carving up a stick. I'm going to put it between the two pieces of string so I can stretch out the pants a little bit. See if I can't make them dry a little faster. Now I just carved a tiny little notch at both ends of the stick. Come on. I know I could have carved the notch a little bit bigger, but at least now I can stretch out the pants a little bit. The heat from the fire is coming up here. And that should dry these out. So this is almost ready. Time to open up the sausages. Hopefully that pant leg dries soon and I can put it back on. I've gotten into the habit of testing my mic before I film every clip. That way I know it's working. I tested the mic. It was working fine. I filmed the clip of me trying out supper because it was done. And the mic died as soon as I started. But supper was delicious. I slightly burnt the first batch of sausage, but they were still good. But now I think I'm just going to sit back and enjoy this fire and relax a little while. Enjoy my evening. So here's the view that I get to look at. Woohoo! The pants are dry. Oh, that feels better. Oh, put my hoodie on because it was starting to get cool and soaked my pants. Well, that didn't help me any. Oh, but now I'm feeling warm. Is there anything better than sitting by the campfire and listening to the frogs serenade you? Sounds of summer. I had set up that light on that prusik earlier. And now I can slide it so that it shines on me. So if I was whittling or reading a book or something, it had shined in the perfect spot. But I'm not doing any of that, so let's sit in the dark. 10 after 9. Probably sit by the fire here till about 10 o'clock or so and call it a night. See you guys in the morning. Morning, everyone. Water's boiling. So I'm going to add a generous helping of coffee because I could really use a kickstart this morning. Give that a gentle stir. Place it back near the fire for a few minutes. Oh, what a night. I slept like a baby. I woke up around 5 o'clock and I had a bit of a chill just because I wasn't in the sleeping bag. My feet were in it, but I had it draped off to the side and I started to get a little bit of a chill. It was cooling down. I zipped up that bag, nice and cozy. I actually slept later than I've ever slept. I didn't get up till 8:30. That was amazing. Very comfortable. But now I'm going to get some coffee on. And I'm going to grab the grill. And we're going to make some breakfast. I found this frying pan while I was cleaning up another campsite. And I've been testing it to see if it'd be a good option to bring out instead of the cast. Don't get me wrong, I love my cast iron pan. But there are times where we're going further back. It's a longer hike. I was thinking a lighter pan might make a bit of a difference. So far, I've made that one pan lasagna out of this. It was awesome. Today, let's make some bacon. Usually if I've got two pots, I boil the water in one, sit this over the pot with coffee in it, and filter it through. But today, I only have the one pot. So I put the coffee in the pot, and I'll filter it into the cup. Let's get this pan on the fire, let it warm up. In here I have some margarine, so we'll put just a little bit of that in there. We won't need a lot because once the bacon starts to cook, it'll make its own. Time for that first sip. Oh, perfect. Even on a gloomy, cloudy day. The biggest of the rain is supposed to be this afternoon. We were supposed to get some yesterday, a little bit overnight. And then today around noon, it's supposed to start. And they're calling for a lot this afternoon. But I was hoping to get a little bit of rain last night just to have the sound of the rain on the tarp as I was sleeping. But nope, not a drop. Oh well. Instead of training in the rain, I was training in the it might rain. Mm. Oh man, that coffee's good. That breakfast is going to be good too. I was hungry when I woke up this morning. Usually 6 to 6:30 a.m. is about when I wake up. This morning, 8:30. I don't know what happened there. Must have been a comfortable setup. I always have my other grill with me, the Coghlan's grill, because it weighs nothing, so I just leave it in the pack. I think once the bacon's done, I might pull that out because I brought a couple of slices of bread with me. This grill is nice for cooking on, but it's a bit small. Great if you're cooking in a pan. But if I want to make a couple of toast, I think I'm going to set up that other grill, and while I'm cooking my eggs, I can make my toast. Bacon is ready. I've prepared the other grill. Put 2 slices of bread on there to make toast. Egg number 1. Scoop that little piece of shell out of there. There we go. Egg number 2. Eggs are ready. Sunny side up. There's breakfast. Time for the taste test. Oh. Mm. Mm. What can I say? It's bacon. Everybody loves bacon. Oh. Mm. I was a little worried about that pan because the bacon looked like it was starting to stick to it. But if it can make sunny side up eggs and they come out this good, the pan might survive. I'm going to enjoy this. Let that fire burn down. I'm going to start packing all this stuff up. Oh, but I don't want to. I think if I had more food, I'd stay. I love it out here. I wish Anne could have come with me. So if you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button. And if you're going to do that, you may as well hit the notification bell. It'll let you know whenever we put out a new video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.